Hello everyone, want to make a quick video for you. I have people wanting to, first time home buyers, and they're wanting to save money on buying a home, don't really have the money to do it. One option would be buying like an older mobile home to live in, and you can find these older mobile homes. This particular one I got is a 14 by 60, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, and it's sitting on 2 lots, each lot 50 by 125 feet deep. I bought the whole thing for $1,800, and as you can see, I'm going through gutting it, pulling off all the paneling. This is in the kitchen, ripping off all the cabinets all the way around. Coming around, here's the more cabinets. I'll be sitting there tearing it out, completely rip it out. And stove would go right there, refrigerator right here, completely all these rest of these cabinets coming out. Going to be a brand new bar top, sink, and a nice countertop. Let me take you into the living room and show you something else. All right, now we're in the living room. Ripped off all the paneling and everything. One bad thing about these older mobile homes is you can see right here, they were built with 2x3 studs. So that does not allow for very good insulation. And what I'm wanting to do is come back with some nice R13 insulation. That's the thickest it can go in. This is the kind of garbage they had in there, not even a ½ inch thick. That I can't believe they even put that garbage in there. So we ripped all that out, and I want to put the R13 back, but R13 is made for 3.5-inch studs. So let me bring you up here and show you what I did. What I did is I went with, I bought 1x2 furring strips, and I went ahead and screwed it out to the stud to give it more thickness. And if you come over here with your tape measure, it comes with 1/8 of an inch, being 3.5 inches. So I think that's close enough to 3.5-inch wall that I could go ahead and put my R13 in. And if you pan over here a little bit, you see where I already started with the R13, and with the extra thick wall, there's my furring stud, and it comes out just perfect. So that's going to take care of that from that little ½ inch thick, and you'll have some nice R13 insulation in here. And let me show you what I'm doing to the floor. All right, now we're in the other end of the living room, and you can see they had done some work here in the living room on the floor. Probably I think a tree limb had come through the top, and they had some water damage, so they replaced it with plywood. There's little patches here and there. So what I did is I came back and I put 15-pound felt over the top to work as a vapor barrier. And then I'm coming back with 3/4 inch tongue and groove subflooring right over the top of that. So now my floor will be a complete 1.5 inches thick instead of just a 3/4 inch floor. And so that way you won't get any kind of movement. And like I said, we're getting rid of this. You can see this old paper thin paneling, getting rid of all of that, coming in with 2x4 construction on the walls. And I'll bring that flooring right on in, all the way in, complete through the entire trailer. Like I said, the trailer is 14 by 60, 2-bedroom, 1 bath. And you can see I'm doing the 3/4 inch tongue and groove subfloor all the way on top. I like that, the idea of having a 1.25 or 1.5 inch thick floor instead of just a little old 3/4. And then I'll come underneath and I'll put my insulation underneath on the bottom. And also they have that little tin roof. I'm going to go up there and insulate that. So this is where my project is right now. I see people out there that like renovating these, and this is one idea I had. So, and then we're out here on the outside looking at the siding, and as you can see, it's a real thin Coke can thin metal siding. We want to get rid of all that. We want to, you might decide on putting a vinyl siding on. If you did, I would recommend pulling this off. If you're going to put vinyl siding, at least put 1/2 inch plywood for a good shear panel, because you want to strengthen those walls and then come back with your vinyl siding over that. Coming off, and we decided to go with this wooden T111 siding. It's 8 inch on centers. It starts off at 3/4 of an inch thick, which will give the walls a real good rigidity and strength. And of course, the grooves bring it on down to probably 1/2 inch. But that T111 will make it a real strong. Now let's come underneath here. And all this work that you're doing with putting in the sheetrock and putting the extra thick floor and the T111 siding, it's all adding weight. So you want to keep that in mind if you decide to take up one of these projects. Like my blocking here is like 6 feet apart. So I'll add more blocking, so it'll be no more than like 4 feet apart, because you want to add a lot underneath here because you're adding a lot of weight. And that's just your flooring and sheetrock and everything. You still got to keep in mind for your furniture, beds, and stuff like that, because you're going to be adding a lot more weight. And so you want to keep it all nice and strong. And you look up underneath here at my floor joists. My floor joists are all in good shape and everything. So I don't know, for $1,800, I thought it was worth putting some money into. So that's it for this video, and we'll keep you updated when we move along on the inside. So thanks for watching.